Warning. Some viewers may find the following video offensive. Viewer discretion is advised.
Elite FPL, baby!
Viewer discretion is advised. Warning. Some viewers may find the following video offensive. Viewer discretion is advised.
And good evening to all of the amazing people of the Elite FPL community. I hope you're doing very, very well. It's New Year's Eve, and we are closing out 2023 with a little bit of a tale of two. I guess it's very polar, isn't it? It's polarizing, actually, because I'm having things go my way. Steve-O isn't having things go his way. And he's made... did you do a transfer? I was listening into your... let me just say hello to everyone first. Matty Winalot's here. Stewie Bryan's here in the chat. We've got Caleb's here. We've got... well, hang on. How many people have we actually got here? Kazali, Wave guys, Wave, let us know. Maestro's here. Hello to all of you guys. Com's here. Because I'm certain I heard you say you're going to get Richarlison in for Saka. And I wasn't sure if you actually rage transferred Saka out on stream or whether you were like just talking about doing it. And I know from history you have just got transfers over and done with. Now I'm just curious as to what the situation was because I was driving.
I raged wildcarded. I just hit my wildcard.
Okay. Oh my god, you actually did wildcard.
I didn't realise I could use it until next game week. I thought it was for the next game week, so starts in game week 21.
Why have you wildcarded, Steve? Like, what players in your team?
Kabore. So it's Kabore,
Lascelles,
Leno, Salah, and Son. Sterling at the time, all at my team. I want them gone.
So
and
6 players
do a minus 16 or 20, or just hit the wild card. I thought just hit the wild card and it's done.
Is it going to be one of those things that you think, on reflection, you were kind of you probably did it in frustration, or you just like, nah, it's not as.
Mate, I literally, I'm so depressed with this game. I just don't give a fuck anymore.
You do give a fuck. You do care. You do care.
I care in the sense
you put a lot of effort in. You put a lot of effort into your thought process, and you do care about your outcomes of your players.
Well, that's just me chatting, but the reality is that it's going so bad at the moment that it just doesn't matter what I do. So I've just gone to hell with it. Wildcard's done. The team, it's in the team screenshots if you want to bring it up.
You say it's going bad for you. I mean, okay, Sterling not playing is a bit of a ball ache. I'm going to give you that, but You know,
what, and then to get Semenyo off the bench with 0 points.
Yeah, but you did get Semenyo points off the bench the other week, didn't you?
What, 5 points?
Yeah, you got 5 points. I mean,
when your player,
what do you expect from Semenyo?
17.
No, but I knew that he was going to be playing. It was different. I didn't, you know.
It's all right for you though. You're 300k or 200k. I'm 1.8 million.
1.7 million.
1.7 million. Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
And the difference is still catchable. It's 69 for 30, 47, 68 points behind.
70 points behind you, yeah. When you've got virtually the perfect team, because you did your transfers last night, so.
Well, I haven't. I mean, is there such thing as a perfect team at the moment?
Yes, there is. Your team.
Well, if that, I would be much higher than, as people are much better than I am in the FPL, mate.
Let's be honest. You started off badly.
I've not. Yeah, I've had a really bad start to the season. I was like hovering around the 2 million mark for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. I could have given up. Easily. I'm coming for Dan. I'm taking Dan's spot. He's above me he's 3 points now above me. We've got the same amount of players to play. Now, who did Dan he captain Alvarez? He's got Bowen. I've got hang on, what? Oh my god. So he's got Salah, Bowen and Alexander-Arnold. I've got Areola. Oh god. Areola, Alexander-Arnold and Salah. So yeah, so he's got Bowen, I've got Areola. That's the only difference. He's gonna you'll outscore me. But going on back to your team, you know, it's Wildcard has been done and you've got time to kind of think about what your moves are going to be. I mean, when did you wildcard? When was it you actually hit the wildcard?
Half time, I think it was.
Well, I'm interested to see what the chat think. I mean, you probably don't care what the chat think, but what do the chat think about Steve-O hitting his wildcard? Because I can guarantee if I'd have hit the wildcard, you'd have been like, we don't need to do it. And that's
well, no, you don't need to do it. No, you're right.
And you would be asking what the chat's thinking about it. Zane Hussein's 2.1 million at the moment. Are you giving up, Zane? Steve-O, you're higher ranked than me. Have faith, says Bilal in the chat. Bad move, Steve-O, says Lee Brunt. Fan of yours, I think. I mean, it's a 4.5 Bournemouth forward. Can't expect returns every week, referring to Semenyo. Yeah, I mean, again, I think, you know, the Garnacho points is ridiculous. I was not expecting that, to be fair. No way. I'm also considering... Yeah. I'm also considering...
Or Solanke hat-trick.
Yeah, and then you bring him in, he does fuck all. You cursed him.
Who's that? Sorry.
You brought him in, didn't you?
Who's that?
Solanke.
No, I haven't.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, who was it? Okay, I could have sworn you brought him in. I'm considering wildcarding too strongly, but I wanted to wait for today's games first. Not 100% sure.
Well, I'll tell you what you took away from today's games. Arsenal are absolutely terrible, and Tottenham just jump on their
Did you watch
attack.
it?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah, it was awful.
I did if you were listening in or if you were actually watching.
No, I was actually watching it. I was listening into the Tottenham game, and Arsenal, there's something going on there. We need Dan on air to tell us.
Why were you angry at Saka? Because Saka did score, didn't he?
Only just. I mean, we're talking a ball coming from Martinelli. He took a shot. Leno parried it out, and it just literally just parried out to Saka's foot, who just about realised, oh, wait a minute. Honestly, if that had gone over the bar, it wouldn't have surprised me.
Well, okay. So Arsenal dropping off really the pace at the moment then. So I think I heard you say on the stream that the season is now in favour of Liverpool and may potentially Aston Villa for keeping up the pace with Liverpool.
And Man City will join into it as well. Man
City with Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland back in that attacking lineup it's going to be a very potent second half of the season. They are, let's be honest, they are only 2 points behind. So they absolutely are in the race. And to be fair, Arsenal, they've obviously they lost to West Ham. They've just lost to Fulham. Doesn't seem. I don't think fatigue comes into it. I really don't. Something, like you said, something's distracting them on the pitch, or something's happening where they aren't clicking together. Because in the first half of the season, up until very recently, they were playing very, very well together under Arteta. So it'd be very interesting to hear Dan's point of view. Absolutely. I did hear you also say that you're doing very, very good in the Sky League. Well, congratulations on that, because I've never had the patience to play Sky. And the predictions, I think you're doing very well on those as well. But I'm sure you trade that in to just be potentially in the top 1 million right now.
Do you know what my highest rank, without looking? Do you know? I've just looked at it now. Do you know what my highest rank is this season? Without looking.
Your highest rank this season?
Just take a guess. Yeah.
864,000.
Have you just looked in the last 10 seconds?
I swear I haven't looked. I've got my hands have been on the screen the whole time.
You've nailed that. It's 888,000. Highest rank.
Wow.
I have been in this pathetic season.
That is pretty shit, to be fair, because like in the first few game weeks you can go up to top 5, 500k, 400k if you have a good game week. So the fact that, wow, that's pretty poor. The highest. I'm probably the highest. To be fair, I was shit. I was shit start of the season. Game week 1 I was 5 million. Game week 2, so I went to 1.9 million. 700k, 1 million, 2.7, 4 million, 4 million, 3.7, 3 million, 2.2. I've been all around the 3 millions, the 2 millions, and it's only since game week 12. No, actually, no, because I was 1.8 million in game week 15. Steve-O, it's literally been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game weeks. Oh my God, have you seen this? I went from 1.8 million to 271,000 in like what, 5 game weeks?
Mm-hmm.
And that surely should tell you something as well, that there's still
but there's a lot of
opportunity.
Again, there's a lot of fortuitous, like this weekend as an example, you were going to play Garnacho over Palmer, but for whatever reason you didn't. As I said last night.
You say there's a lot of fortuitous, mate. I mean, game week 18, I had Areola and with 8 points on the bench, Taylor with 6 points on the bench. My defense did dog shit.
You were never gonna, play. There's a huge difference in that.
Well, I mean, it's only Dubravka and Areola. It's not a huge toss-up. I brought Dubravka in, and since that point, Newcastle just fell off a cliff. Much like other, much like yourself with Lascelles, others with Newcastle assets. Imagine people who had, double, triple Newcastle. I mean, how frustrating must it be? I'm certainly hoping they're not still sticking with them, but no, I guess 5 weeks. I've had 5 good weeks, Steve-O. That's it. The whole season has been down to those 5 weeks. I was 1.8 million 5 weeks ago, and
that's the whole point, isn't it? You're jumping on momentum here, and you've got the players which people are bringing in, and which means, as you know, in chess, people are playing catch up. In this case, with me playing catch up with you because you've already got the players that I want, or vice versa.
This wildcard, have you made a draft yet, or have you just not?
Yes, in the team screenshots I said. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, cool. I'll stick it up on the screen.
That is literally the team, barring one player.
Because this is a Sunday surgery, and you are certainly hitting that surgery button hard. Because obviously, I did not expect you to hit the wildcard. I really didn't, and I don't know where it's come from. Frustration, probably. Because I've seen you take hits for fun this season.
Yeah, but taking a -20 is just pointless.
Well, you wouldn't have realistically taken a -20, would you? You would have just done the Salah, the Son move that probably maybe moved out. I mean, I can't even remember who you had now, a defender but you probably would have done a -12, -16 at a push. I mean, the team, I just have to ask you, mate, what do you see in Chelsea? Because I think they're dog shit. I think Chelsea are shit as fuck. I think they're shit at Man United. I think they're shit as Man United. And you got Nkunku there, and he's not proven. He's not proven at all. I mean...
Well, he along with Richarlison are the two that I'm wavering over. So Richarlison is either going to be him or Jota, and Nkunku is just going to drop down Everton. Sorry?
You're happy to bench Watkins?
No, this team is just there as it is. Okay. But in all seriousness, Aston Villa away at Everton, that ain't going to be an easy game.
But it's Ollie Watkins, mate. He's having the season of his life at the moment. So are Aston Villa. I mean, I trust him more than Alvarez. I trust him only because I know that he's going to play 90 minutes. Watkins is going to play 90 minutes, isn't he? And Alvarez, you can never guarantee that. And Nkunku is unproven. He's been out for the majority of the time in injury. And Chelsea are fucking awful. I mean, to be honest, Chelsea and Man United are competing against each other to be the most fucking painful teams to watch. I mean, yeah, recently they've been scoring goals, but that game was scrappy, mate. That game was scrappy, and I don't know. I've been saying it all along, haven't I? And I do count myself very lucky that I got those Palmer points along with everyone else, because I've been saying that I'm not 100% convinced with Palmer. Before this game, he got obviously didn't feature against Crystal Palace. Got 1 point against Wolves. He got 1 point against Everton away. He's kind of returning, as recent form would suggest. But Chelsea, I don't know what to think about Chelsea. On paper, they've got great players, but I did also think that at some point this season, I did say they are going to turn it on and they're going to click and they're going to start scoring goals for fun, and it's going to be great to jump on their assets because they're cheap as chips. Maybe you could be on the head. You talk about getting on ahead of the curve and bringing in players that everyone else wants. Does that kind of factor into that triple Chelsea ownership on the wildcard? Because you're predicting Chelsea to gel in the next few weeks, hopefully, and you to get ahead of the crowd. I'm assuming that's what it is, right?
Well, it's all based on the next 2 weeks of information I can get from wherever I can. So, like I said, it's Richarlison or Jota, and it's either going to be Nkunku.
Why Jota?
Well, because he's gonna play for Liverpool. He's going to be a first teamer with Salah out. So you'll have Bournemouth, Chelsea, Arsenal away, Liverpool and Burnley.
What are Liverpool like without Salah though? We haven't seen them
fine. Yet. I would not be worried about that at all.
Okay.
They all fit into a system. In fact, there's a chance that maybe Salah could be the one that's potentially holding everyone back, because they're not that they're literally wanting to pass to Salah, but Salah isn't exactly doing anything which is pulling up trees to suggest that Liverpool are going to miss him. I think that Jota is a perfectly adequate replacement. I think that the next few weeks is going to be Darwin, Jota, and Diaz as the front three.
Hang on. Shagir's also wildcarded. How many people in the chat have actually hit the wildcard button? Like I'm curious now, because it wasn't even on my rate. Obviously, it's different for me because like you said, I've not got any issues in my team, but I'm curious. X in the chat if you've hit the wildcard button. I know Shagir's just said that he's hit the wildcard. I like Jota as a good pick, good goal scorer when he plays. Sorry, I've got 10 of the 15 on your wildcard, Steve-O, and 3 of them are bench players. Matty Win a lot says, Liverpool score more without Salah whilst he's in the AFCON, in my opinion, says PK7. I like Jota, but I can see an angle where Klopp plays Darwin on the left, Gakpo and Diaz. So Gakpo in the centre and Diaz on the right. Do a poll about the wildcard, Jason, says FPL Maestro. Show up for Emmy. We will get to the Super Cup, mate. Just have a bit of patience, okay? We will get to it. We just normally just spend the first half of the show just talking about the game. We can talk about just our teams, and certainly if there needs to be any issues to be sorted out. Steve-O's at the wild card, and that's much more important to talk about right now. because I need to understand. I need to understand it. I just need to understand it. And, so the players you're taking out essentially are Son, Salah. I mean, I'll go for your old team because you changed your attacking line. Who did you put? You put Alvarez in, didn't you? Alvarez. You kept Alvarez, so you've basically taken out Pedro. No, you've kept Pedro. Like literally, you just talked about it. Semenyo, Kabore, Lascelles, Leno. Who else is that? Son and Salah. That's it. So 6 players, wasn't it? 6 players you took out.
Yeah.
I don't know. 6 players for wildcard, mate. My initial thoughts are, okay, we've done it now. But
the players losing value as well. You've got to remember this.
Yeah.
The sales went down by 0.1 last night. That's gone. The players I want to bring in are going up. And I've got a team in front of me now where maybe Nkuku is a bit of the risk. So I'd play a 3-5-2. I would go with Becker in goal. So Alisson in goal. I'd have the back 3 of Trent, Walker and Porro, or Estupinan, whichever one I feel comfortable playing. And then a midfield 5 of Foden, Palmer, Jota, Richarlison and Bowen. So instead of Garnacho...
I like the 5 midfielders there.
Yeah, this is the point. And then I'd have Watkins and Haaland / Alvarez, whichever one, which means I've got the triple up of Man City whenever their double game week is. I also have faith, like I said, in Man City as well, even in Sky, because in Sky, when it hits January, we get, I don't even know how it works. You get an overhaul, which is basically a wild card. You get it once and that's it. And I'm going to be bringing in 4, if not 5 Man City players, because I think they're going to go on a run now, and it's all based on Haaland. It's all going to be based on Haaland. The fact that Kevin De Bruyne...
So you're waiting on Haaland news. Are you tempted to bring in Kevin De Bruyne in, or is he way off fitness?
No, Nuka asked about him, and I already looked into it, and I genuinely believe the game when he comes back to start is Copenhagen in the Champions League. I think that'll be his first game that he starts. There's a small possibility, very tiny, that he plays against Newcastle, starts against Newcastle. But I think he makes a cameo appearance against Huddersfield. I think, 20, 25 minutes against Newcastle away. Look, their team is strong enough to get past Newcastle in a 1-0 win. Then they've got Burnley, I think it is, or some other crap team. Who is it? Yeah, it's Burnley. Well, he doesn't need to play against them. Again, 20 minutes. Brentford away. Again, he doesn't need to play. Then it's against Everton. And then it's on to the big stuff, because their fixtures are really important. Copenhagen, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Man United, Copenhagen again, Liverpool, Brighton, Arsenal, Aston Villa. Kevin De Bruyne is going to start every single one of those games, barring Bournemouth. Do you think Pep Guardiola is going to risk him? I mean, he's done it before, we know this, but if you think
he's going to be phased in.
Yeah, he's going to be phased in. Yeah. I mean, he didn't even come on yesterday, which was a surprise, even though he was warming up for half an hour. It was
a good statement, though, to have for the fans to see him. It's a great uplifting, and for the team as well to see him there warming up. I mean, he's a big crowd. He lifts the crowd and he lifts the players.
He's a brilliant player.
I mean, he's generational talent. Absolutely. Ironically, both Chelsea rejects.
So, surprise, Matty not listening again. Pep will not risk Kevin De Bruyne in every game, Steve-O, after just coming back from big injury. Well, if you just listen to what I just said, I said that he won't be playing until at least 6 more matches to start with, and then he'll be fully fit. Listen to what we're saying. So,
Steve-O, you've hit the wild card, and for me, the final point I'm going to mention about it is because we don't go around circles, and it's very, very early for you to lock in your team anyway. Very, very early. But the whole point of hitting the wild card for me at this stage, in the situation where you are now, what are you at 1.7 million? So it's not, you're not completely out of it. But what one thing that you can do is gamble now. And the more I look at this team, and I was kind of raising my eyebrows at the Chelsea and the Nkunku pick, And obviously, you've got in Richarlison as well. Now, these players are still very much sparingly owned. Certainly Nkunku, in the top, the top 500k.
I'd
top
rather
1 million.
Jota over Nkunku, if I'm honest. In fact, I actually prefer the 3-5-2 with.
And even Jota's not going to be one that's going to be transferred in by a lot of managers.
No.
So again, these could be your to coin a phrase, your wildcard picks that end up, propelling you, assuming they do well. And there's no reason to suggest that without Salah, Liverpool are going to dry up. And Richarlison is, even though I hate to say it, Richarlison is actually performing a lot better than his previous seasons in FPL, where we've just seen him absolutely be pathetic.
Yeah, because like I said, Postecoglou has put his arm around his shoulder and gone, you just be a striker.
Yeah.
Please, just be a striker. Stop this play acting. And he's gone, yes, boss. Do you know what? I am actually going to put Alisson in my team. I like that. In fact, I'm actually going to do that.
Where'd you get that from? Where does that come from?
Because Alisson is just one of the... all the goalkeepers are crap in this game. And I thought, I'd rather have Alisson than Areola.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, but then how are you going to do... Are you just going to have the three? You can have Alisson, Alexander-Arnold and Jota. That'll be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Garnacho's a fun punt. Love it, Steve-O. Well, I don't think Steve-O's set on Garnacho, and my advice for him would be to proceed with caution with Manchester United.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You do not know what you're going to get with Man United. You really do not know. They can have a great game one game week and then absolutely look like they're a championship level team or Division 1 team the next. Right. Let's move forward. Let's just quickly cover the actual events of today. So today's games, I did alright, I suppose. 66 points. Who
did you have today? Saliba.
Oh yeah, I had the amazing Saliba that got himself bloody booked. It's bloody I almost feel like I want to get rid of him. Like, just because of that performance, that Arsenal performance, but I'm not going to. I'm not doing a -4 to get rid of him. It's just stupid. 66 points. I had obviously Porro, Son, Saliba, Saka playing today, Solanke playing today. Did absolutely F all. All in all, I can't complain because they're highly owned players, and if they're doing shit for me, they're doing shit for 95% of the leagues that I'm in anyway. It's the players like Cunha, Palmer, Watkins captain. Those decisions of what has done me well this week. The likes of Salah, Saka, Son, Trent, Porro. I mean, these are highly owned players. Solanke, that doesn't really matter what they do. Let's look at the results for today. Fulham beating Arsenal 2-1. Fulham are a funny old team, aren't they? They coming out of the performances. And did I hear you mention Willian's name a few times?
Yeah.
He's not on the goals or the assists, but he really is rolling back the years, isn't he? With Fulham. He's a very, very good player. Probably deserves to be playing at a better
I'll be honest, Fulham weren't exactly a team which, when I was watching it going, oh my God, these are incredible. It was just they put away a couple of chances. That's it.
Don't say that's it. The fact that teams can put away their chances is a really good thing in the Premier League, mate. There's so many teams that can't.
7 fixtures, Fulham 5, Nottingham Forest 0, Fulham 5, West Ham 0, Newcastle 3, Fulham 0, Everton 1, Fulham 1, Fulham 0, Burnley 2, Bournemouth 3, Fulham 0, Fulham 2, Arsenal 1. They're quite literally up and down.
Read the comment from David Bell in the chat. It might make you smile. Non-FPL related, of course. Spurs then beating Bournemouth 3-1. Taking them up
Fans.
Spurs are sitting 5th at the moment. They're on 39 points. They're only 1 point behind Arsenal, 1 point behind Man City. Are Spurs in the title race, Steve-O?
No. I'm telling you now, the teams in the title race are Man City and Liverpool, followed by Aston Villa.
They are 1 point behind Man City, 1 point behind Arsenal.
They're losing players left, right and centre. They're losing their key man in Son. They're going to be a very, very interesting team to monitor. I know they had Bentancur come back today. They got Brennan Johnson, Richarlison. They may have lost Udogie, even though I don't know if Udogie continued or not on today's game. But they were banging on about how he's hurt his hamstring and everything. He still continued and continues. Yeah, he stayed on the pitch. So I don't know the extent of Udogie's injury, but it could be one of those, a bit like with Anthony Gordon, where it's kind of
he's
like...
just had a bruise or something, or just a bit of a knock in the game and is just told to try and run it off. And I mean, if the fact that he didn't come off is a good sign, but
I'm gutted that Son is away for the Man United game, because I'd happily captain him.
God, that would be ridiculous. I still think that United game, if you've got Richarlison, don't get rid of him and maybe even think about captaining him. I think United only because I just think that United are letting in so many chances and runners into the box. It's if Tottenham go there with a game plan of just exploiting, and if we play McTominay again, which I really hope we don't, but I just think that Tottenham are going to run away with it. I think that if Tottenham score in the first half, I think it could be game over. I think it could be 2-3, 4-0. We'll get onto the predictions at enough time. But anyway, in
2 weeks, literally.
Yeah, plenty of time for dabbling around with your wildcard. So yeah, the games, one surprise, one pretty much, we kind of thought that Spurs would do enough to beat Bournemouth. Tavernier, whatever you want to call him. Scott
Alex
getting
Wallows Tavernier.
Yeah, I don't even know Scott. Don't even know who he is.
He came for Bristol City, a very, very, very talented individual, basically. As someone that I occasionally do the odd podcast with, he says that Alex Scott could be a player that could go on to bigger and better things. So he's moved on to Bournemouth. If he's given his opportunity with Bournemouth and takes it, then you never know. Maybe not necessarily next year, but the year after, someone like whomever, Liverpool, Tottenham, decide to look at him and go, we'll give this guy a chance.
Gravy Dave says, Potter en route to Man United. Would you take him, Jace? Absolutely not. No, if you think, or any United fan thinks that the solution and the magic wand to solve all of the woes and the trials and tribulations at Man United at the moment is to just sack the manager and bring in someone else, absolutely deluded. It's Groundhog Day. We saw it under Ollie, we saw it under Ragnick, we saw it under Van Gaal, we saw it under Mourinho. What I mean, the players are to blame for a lot of the shit you see. They are some of the players that play for Man United are not as good as they think they are, and not as good as Man United. No, not as good as Man United fans think they are. Just simple as. Just because they play for Man United, for the last 10 years, we've been shit, and some of the players that we've got in the club are just not that good, and they're ranked higher on their FIFA cards than they are in real life. They're shit, absolutely shit, and you can see them. They're either shit or they don't want to play for the club. One or the other. Either suddenly you are not interested or you're shit. There's no two ways about it. It's not good enough. Just not good enough. They're good enough to be mid-table. They're good enough to be championship winning players, some of them. But some of them just are not good enough to be, given the credit that they have been given. And the egos that they have. Just simple as. I mean, how many of the United first team would fit into Liverpool, Arsenal, You know, Man City.
Well, Arsenal, probably 10 of them.
No. I mean, let's be honest. You know, there's a lot of shit that needs to be cleared out at United, and kicking the manager out and bringing a new one in and getting a new manager bounce. Maybe we might have a good. If we got a new manager in January, yeah, we might. You know what? We might go on a bit of a run. You never know. We might get a bounce. We might have a bounce, but I can tell you now, I have one season or half a season of doing really well, and it'll all come back down to shit again, because you know what? Shit always finds its level. It really does. How many transfers do you have left in Sky, Steve-O?
No idea.
I don't think
I literally don't have a clue.
270,000 in the world. Oh, animations, you're the same as me. Love it when Salah captain and Trent left. Well, you could be a lot higher than 270 if Salah captain comes through.
If honestly, if Salah comes through with let's say 10 points, I'll be very, very, very happy, because obviously that's doubled. But truthfully, I need a miracle with Salah to really help me out here. But it ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna put in my new team, Jace, in the team screenshots. If you want to put it up on screen.
Knowing your luck, Steve-O, you'll pull up in warm-up and you'll have fucking Kilbore off the bench with 0. Because he played 45 minutes.
Sun captain as well.
You said Semenyo got a yellow card? He didn't.
Yeah, he did. 84th minute.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Well, it's not on FPL.
Well, I'm telling you this for free. He got a yellow card.
It's not on FPL.
What?
They haven't given a yellow card on FPL for Semenyo.
Well, I'll send you a screenshot of the game, and he got a yellow card.
Okay, I'm just saying it as it is, mate. I'm just saying it as it is. It's not on FPL.
84th minute, he got a yellow card. Do you want to tell the audience what you did last night, transfer-wise?
Yeah, why not? Because I'm sure they're really interested in knowing what I've done. So basically, I just did the Son and Salah out for Bowen and Foden. Simple.
Perfect. Very good.
Simple switches.
And are you bringing in if we hear that Haaland will be playing against Newcastle?
Well, I've got currently 13.3 million in my account doing nothing.
Just put the screenshot into team screenshots, the yellow card.
So it's almost at the point where I can afford Haaland without even I could play 12 people and just like have an extra player buy Haaland on his own. Almost. So, okay, you just post that. So let's bring it up here. Steve-O, why are you taking screenshots of your fucking screen like that? What is this? Oh yeah, that's a screenshot of the game.
Yeah.
Semenyo got a yellow card. It's not been added. It's not been added on FPL. You lucky bastard. You've got a point. You've got a point out of nothing. How is that? How is that not?
No one's shouting out to official FPL, are they?
Yeah, I bet no one has said that to FPL. How has that happened? How does the game not register that? Chat, is this has got to be a first that I've known about the FPL game not give.
Keep quiet, they're watching.
Yeah, I'm sure. Give it 10 minutes, I'll update it, Steve-O. What the actual hell is going on?
Could you imagine if by some miracle I overtake you and I end up going ahead of you and winning by 1 point?
Like that, you've got to admit that is weird, isn't it? Weird.
Of course it is.
That's weird. That's strange. That is really strange.
Can I just say, as they say in London, a lot of people watching. Do appreciate everybody joining us live. Make sure you are hitting the like button if you are brand new around here. Hit the subscribe button. It does. Well, I say help grows the channel. I mean, it does something.
What's that, Steve-O? You grow the channel and you just end up pissing them off by swearing at them. We're not here to make friends. We're here to talk about FPL. Is that right?
Yeah, as ever we can, and obviously that gives you the cue, Jason, to advertise Discord quickly.
Well, we're on the Discord right now. If you want to come and chat with us, you can join the Discord. It's the Sunday Surgery, and you can jump into the on-air channel, again, the waiting room, put your team in the screenshots. We've got multiple channels in there, the Hangouts where people chat about FPL and other things. Yeah, rate your team channels, member chat channels for the members of Patreon and YouTube, and essentially, Tom here, Tom's come through with a super 199. I didn't even know you could do that anymore. So thank you, Tom. Semenyo yellow not on one football or sofa score, Steve-O. So maybe the app that you were using was incorrect. What were you using?
Well, firstly, I was told this by Paulie live as the game happened, and also it's on whoscored.com.
Well, anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's 1 point. You need all the points you can get at the moment. To be fair, let's not keep talking about it, because FPL might get wind of the fact they've given Steve-O an extra point because no one else owns him.
I also just want to make this quick advertisement as well, that there is a Patreon mini league set up. This is the non-trophy league, and I need to send you the code actually, Jason. But for anybody that's either $1.99 or $4.99 can join this mini league. It's just for bragging rights essentially. The $4.99 one, which is the trophy league, that is closed. And the only upside to that, Jason, is that someone, Alex Sweet, that is doing extremely well in the world at the moment. He is bottom with 28 points, and he's had an absolute stinker of a game week. And
well, he's doing very well in the world, but this particular game week is had a stinker.
He had Martinelli today, Richarlison doing very well for him today, and he's got Salah captain along with Bowen left to play.
Bowen.
Shout out to Alex Volo as well for doing our thumbnails. He had Solanke captain today. I mean, he had a few opportunities, but they just didn't take them. I'm fuming though, Jace, because I had 2-0 to Tottenham. When I heard it was
this team you've got here, then you've got out Nkunku. Oh no, you've benched him. Never mind.
It's just on the bench. Yeah.
So you've got out Garnacho. You brought in Diego Jota.
I like this team, Jace. I like this one.
I do like the Becker pick. I like the Alisson pick. Alisson, Porro, Estepinian, Alexander-Arnold. You know what? All those are attacking. All of those are attacking defenders. Great goalkeeper. Palmer, Bowen, Charleston, Foden, Diego Jota. I'm scared of this team.
I like it. I like it because, like I said, I have faith in Jota.
Look at the bench. You've got Nkunku, Walker, Gusto.
Well, Gusto is whatever Walker can. Yeah.
Well, Gusto again. It's not exactly a bench fodder, is it? It's not like a 4.0 never going to play.
No, and like I said, Alvarez will become Haaland.
Bench.
Think about that, Jace. Alvarez will become Haaland.
You got enough money to just do that?
Yeah.
Oh, because of course you've got no Salah and you've got no Son, so you've just got that money spread around everywhere, haven't you? Oh my god.
And I've still got money in the bank.
Do you need to have Turner as your second, or could you go with?
Yeah, he's 3.9. He's staying there. He's fine.
Yeah.
Apparently, he played. Well, you watched it. He played quite well last night as well.
No, he didn't. He had the second half. He was like fucking a rabbit in the. It was like a rabbit, like a pheasant in the road when a car's just whizzing around the corner and its fucking lights are in its eyes. He was so scared. I don't know why. It was Man United. I don't know why. He kicks the ball high up in the air, fucks it up, almost concedes a goal that way because he slices his kick. And then about 5 minutes later, he's passing the ball out to Garnacho and then is at fault for the goal. I mean, I think he had a very average game. He had a couple of good saves. He had one really good save that was deflected that he saved, actually. But the second half, he just seemed to panic. For no reason. CR saying cancel that wild card, Steve-O. Team's too good, which means it's not a good team, says Harry Dawson in the chat. I would like to see a poll that's based around how many weeks before Steve-O takes a -8, says Podner. I'm a bit behind, but Semenyo did get yellow, but it was removed at the end of the game. My Discord bot showed the yellow at the time. What? Hang on, was it officially removed? Why would it be removed? Turner played well with his hands. It's his kicking ability that let him down. Yeah, I suppose you could put it into that. Turner plays his best when he's wearing a USA shirt. Maybe a move to the championship is his level. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say his championship level. Again, he made some good saves. But I agree with Michael in the chat. His feet let him down. well, people thinking that you're going to be taking a -4, -8 the game week after. I don't know, Steve. I think people are just trying to get a reaction out of you, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm a bit behind, so I've read that one out. 84th minute yellow on Menyo. Tune Jason in honour of Steve-O's wildcard. Play the ice cream tune. Oh, mate. Play the ice cream tune. You're bringing it back now there, Lee Brunt. Gravy Dave's back in the chat for more abuse.
I was joking to myself today and I was thinking people legitimately, men specifically, pay women to have them abuse them online. It's true.
Why waste your money on women when you've got Steve-O? Simple as. Ladies and gentlemen.
Imagine that, Patreon, and you get a personalised message of Steve abuse. $4.99 worth spent. God almighty. It's like, are you aware of those pathetic restaurants and hotels that have been set up to literally be rude to people? It's pathetic, to be honest with you. And all the YouTube content creators go over to them just to get the views. Are you aware of this?
Sorry, I cannot understand what you're saying. Say again?
So there's a hotel and a restaurant that have legitimately been set up, and they get actors to just basically abuse the customer.
Oh, brilliant.
It's pathetic. It's just embarrassing.
Do you know, so when are you changing your name from FPL Steve-O to FPL Sadomasochism?
And we start earning more money on Patreon.
I mean, one person enjoys inflicting physical or mental suffering on another person who derives pleasure from experiencing pain. Absolutely, Steve-O. I think there could be a business there. Add it to maybe an extra tier on Patreon for that, Steve-O. You could personally do insults and criticism. We spent too much time on the subject, really, haven't we? We really have. I had my own personal Elite FPL short vid. I love it. Can't wait for Elite FPL OnlyFans, says Gravy Dave. Very good. Can't believe how angry Steve-O has become over the last couple of weeks. Well, I can, because it's everything he's trying to do. He's trying differential picks. Like Gabriel Jesus, for example, was a fucking fail completely.
That was miserable.
And, I think Steve-O is a classic case of some people don't let their emotions show. Like, I'm pretty genuinely, last night I was angry. I don't know if you could tell, but that game I was so angry my emotions came out. But normally I'm pretty reserved with how I feel. Steve-O isn't reserved. He lets it out, and he openly says, I will let out my frustrations, I will moan and I'll fucking rant, but tomorrow I'll feel fine because I've let it out. And this is part, some people might say he's got anger issues, but I think it's therapy. I think he just does this to let out his anger, and then tomorrow it's all done. It's all done and dusted. He's forgotten about the whole shit.
I literally laugh.
Yeah.
I literally the following day I think about what I said, and I just take Gravy Dave as a prime example. It's like, I know he's in fact, did I write it or not?
I mean, to be honest, very quickly while you're thinking, upon first impression, Steve-O, people were looking at this channel and seeing what you say. They're like, this guy's a prick. I'm not going to watch this shit. But people that are stuck around, they know you. They know that's you. That is just not. That's not your personality per se. That's just your frustration coming out. That's all it is. And then you're back to normal the next day.
Yeah, I said this to Mr. Reed because he wrote a message to me saying, about Gravy Dave, and he laughed. And then I sent him a screenshot of the comment that Dave put in the, in the YouTube comments, as in after the video.
Yeah.
And nothing malicious, just a perfectly nice comment. And I actually said to Mr. Reed, look, he's actually been a loyal follower of the show for 4 years. He's been there since the beginning. Yeah. And he knows that I'm not being serious. It's just that when people write, when I'm in a mood and then someone writes something stupid in the chat and they're part of the family, it's
part
just
of the
like,
conversation, essentially.
Dude, why on earth would you say that when you've clearly got a clear, valid opinion about various things and whatever, but then you come out with like something stupid like that. Like, don't say it. Now, admittedly, I don't normally read the chat, but I'll pop on and I'll just see something from a regular viewer and I'm just like, why are you saying that? And then it's just like, do you know what? I'm going to let you have it. Whereas like some complete nobody that's never been part of the show, it's just kind of like, you're an idiot, clear off, you know. But like a regular contributor to the show, it's like it's a bit like you know, like with a close friend or whatever, you'll happily
just be
have
honest
a go
with
at
them.
But a stranger, you're not going to say the same thing.
The thing is, what a lot of people like about the show is that we will just be honest. If we think you're saying something that we think stupid, certainly we will say it. I might say it a bit more diplomatically, but Steve-O says it how he sees it, and some people may not like that. And again, it's because I think we live in a world where we're trying to please everyone, and they don't like it when there's a contrarian opinion that's been given to them, because why do we pander so much to people these days? We pander to everything. You know, if you don't like something, you say it. If you don't like someone's opinion, you're allowed to say you don't like their opinion. Doesn't mean you don't respect their opinion necessarily, but you can certainly say, I think you're talking shit. I don't agree with that. And I think you're wrong, because guess what? We're all fucking different. We all have a different opinion. Otherwise, we'll all be top of FPL, because we'd all do the same thing. But I am mindful of the time, and I'm also mindful we've got people in the waiting room, Steve-O. So yes. So I'm thinking should we just well, you've done your wildcard. That wildcard's going to be tinkered around with in the next couple of weeks. I know.
No, honestly, I think that if I see Jota, I know whether he starts or not against Newcastle, I don't care. If I see a performance from him, because Salah's going, Klopp's probably going to start him. In fact, wasn't Jota a first teamer before he got injured? I'm sure he was. I'm sure it was Jota, Diaz, and Salah.
Yes, it was. Yes, yeah.
First three. So nothing's changed.
No. Again, I think Jota's not a bad move. I think Liverpool will still have no problem scoring goals. Okay. Question, Steve-O, and let you decide. Do you want to cover the events of the Super Cup now, or should we just do it after we've got the callers done and dusted? I think get the callers on, because they've been waiting. Yeah,
get Max on.
Righty-o, let's get him in. Here we go. Got Max here. Max, how's it going, dude? Can you hear me okay? You've been waiting patiently in the waiting room.
How's it going?
Good. Nice to hear you after...
Been a while.
Been a while, yeah. It's been about, 4, 5, 6 weeks, maybe, since we last heard from you?
Months.
The last time it was Pokemon
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been about 3 or 4 months, I think, actually, yeah. But how you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I've had quite a bit going on. That's probably why I haven't been as...
Oh, no. That's totally... fine. It's just we just genuinely like to see people come back and have a chat. So I mean, everyone's got stuff going on, and we just appreciate that people to spend moments of their evening on a Sunday to come and have a chat with us, to be honest. So no, thank you, man. But how you been doing, mate? You been all right?
Yeah, well, obviously I'll talk FPL in a minute, but I had for obviously many people that don't know me, I had a gastric sleeve operation a couple of months ago.
What is that? Sorry.
So basically, do you know what a gastric bypass is?
I don't know.
Is it something to do about your intestines? Is it something to do with bypassing a part of your intestines? Is it lower or lower or upper intestines? I don't know, but.
Yeah, so it's essentially like a weight loss surgery. So a gastric bypass, what they do is they put like a rubber band around the top of your stomach. Okay. So it stops you being able to eat a certain amount of things.
Yeah.
And obviously consume a load of food, which inherently will make you lose weight. Whereas a gastric sleeve, what I had, is they basically remove 80% of your stomach. Again, so it's the same as a bypass, but instead of putting a band around that's reversible, they remove your stomach so you can't eat as much.
Oh, wait a minute. So is this something that you've chosen to do, or is this something that you had to medically do?
No, this is something I've been thinking about for a while, for the past couple of years, and I finally bit the bullet middle of October. And my starting weight was 23.5 stone. So obviously I'm a big lad. I'm 6'3", so it's not as bad, but I've lost 5.5 stone up to now.
Shit, man, you got to be careful about because the speed in which you lose weight it can be a health thing as well, can't it?
Yeah,
you've got to steadily lose it. I don't know. I don't pretend to know much about this sort of thing, but I always thought that these types of surgeries are quite extreme and almost like a last resort sort of thing. And do you? How tell me how are you feeling like in yourself? Are you feeling energetic? Because obviously your diet and your appetite is bound to have changed. Like, just I'm genuinely curious. Like, how has the experience been for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's completely changed my life. Like, it's crazy to think, but I mean, I was definitely, like you said, it was a last resort, but I've been trying to lose the weight for a long time. You know, it's difficult to get motivated to go to the gym, and you do well for 3-4 days, and then you overeat, and you're back to square one. I'm sure Steve-O can probably understand. He likes to go to the gym a lot, and weight can fluctuate very easily. But yeah, it's something I'd been thinking about for a couple of years, definitely. And I finally decided to bit the bullet, but I'd feel so much better. But it's just completely changed my life, like eating styles and when I eat, what I eat. I was such a sucker for like a 1 a.m. takeaway or just eating rubbish, eating too much. And
it's that sensation, isn't it? That hunger for food. Like, I do think that people do experience that sensation to want to eat more than others, like the average person. Has it brought, is what you're saying then, that you're now just, your portion sizes are smaller, you're less likely to feel like you want to eat? And would you say that it's made a massive difference?
It's huge. I can't even explain how much it's like changed my life, to be honest. I'll post a picture in team screenshots of my Christmas dinner, and you can have a look. That's what portion sizes I'm on.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah, I love this. I love this sort of thing because, you know, I don't know very much about it. You're a member of the community, and like has been said in the chat, all the best to you, mate, and well done. Well done for looking after yourself. Like, I mean, I don't know what the associated risks are. And I'm sure there probably are associated risks with that type of surgery if you're not careful. However, you know, I understand that it's been a benefit to a lot of people. And as long as you are consuming enough food to sustain yourself, and mainly it's the nutrients, isn't it? It's mainly like the stuff, you know, the good stuff. Then it can only be a healthy thing. But again, it comes as much as that surgery is really a helping hand. It does still come down to you to really be disciplined enough to understand what is the right food to eat, and by the sounds of it, and I'll bring the picture up now, you're finding it much easier to regulate that now as a result, which is I mean, again, I have to say, it's not very often it's not very often that we get someone coming on and sharing something like this and putting actually a very positive spin on the game week for certainly for us. And let me just bring it up here, because this is your Christmas dinner, did you say?
Yeah. I added a little bit of gravy to that, but that was essentially what it was.
Wow. And I go back to what I said. Do you get through the day okay without feeling tired or weak? Like
it's surprising how much of a day you can get through without a lot of food intake. Protein is the main one. I'm supposed to be having 80 to 100 grams of protein a day, just because obviously I'm losing weight quite quickly and often.
Yeah,
so
you've got to be careful. Like I said, you've got to be careful of that, the amount.
It eats away at your muscle mass, so the protein's really, really important. So I'll tend to have like a protein bar and a protein shake a day, and then I'll be a bit, because I can only eat so much, I have to be quite selective with what I'm having. So like tonight I'll have a little bit of chicken, some broccoli and some carrots probably. So just in like a small portion like that.
Do you also kind of supplement that with any like vitamin tablets or
so I'm on quite a lot of tablets at the moment. I take like
you probably told you have to probably
a couple of multivitamins, and then like a calcium tablet. It's important to get your B12 and stuff, because you're not eating as much and you're not absorbing.
Well, from the sounds of things, Max, you know, how if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 31.
It sounds to me like you've probably saved years off your life by doing this. Like genuinely.
Well, like I said, it's something I considered for a long time, probably for the last few years, as I was just like gradually putting on weight, like probably, I don't know, maybe a stone every, I don't know, 6 months or so.
And of course, your mobility gets affected. Your health, your mental health gets affected at the same time. Your energy and because again, like I talk about feeling weak and drained. If you eat a large portion of food, you do feel tired afterwards. You feel like you want to lie down or sit down if you've overconsumed, because your body's working 10 times harder to try and digest it all. And I guess it makes sense in the sense that you don't need a load of food to have energy. And I think I speak for everybody in the chat that this is. Sorry, I misspoke. Juno, he's probably added years to his life, not shaved. That's what I meant to say. I don't know why I said shaved off, but you get what I meant. Sorry, added years. Yeah. You've added years to your life, definitely, because you've made a positive decision. And I do think that this is something which probably you spent a long time, like you said, to think about doing, and it's a radical decision. Let's be honest. Let's not beat around the bush. This is a fucking real big fucking operation to go through and change your body like this. But at the end of the day, if it's gonna change your well-being and your weight and your energy levels and your ability to do things, then I tell you what, mate, do you know what? This is the best bit of news I've had for a long, long time. And you know, I respect you. I respect you a lot for doing it, mate. I really do, because so many people out there, they blame everything else. They blame the circumstances of their life. They blame, you know, everything else apart from, you know, the root cause. And, you know, you obviously realised that you needed to do something about it. But there's a lot of people that don't. There's a lot of people that get through life and they end up going into their, you know, late 30s, early 40s, and they have heart attacks because they don't have control, and they don't have the ability to see outside the box and take affirmative action to deal with any issues that they've got. And you're brave. You're not just brave, but you're also very responsible in that respect. You've obviously got, you know, a sensible head on your shoulders, and I hope you've got the family and friends support around you that's helped you with that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I guess I just didn't want to leave it 5 or 6 more years down the line and be another 3 or 4 stone heavier and just even more debilitating to have the surgery. I just thought, I'll act now and I'll get it done, and I just feel so much better. I can't, the biggest thing for me is to be honest, is my temperament. Like, I don't get frustrated as easily. Like, things that might annoy me, I can't just let brush over me, and it's strange. It really is. But I definitely feel much better in myself, and I think probably if I lose another 2 stone, I'll be where I need to be, and then I can start working on all the other bits I want to work on. But yeah, I'm glad I had it done. It was obviously a big decision, but it's not one I took lightly.
Max, I just want to say thank you for sharing, because, you know, if one person watches this back that may be in a similar situation, gets any sort of like, you know, inkling or inspiration to do something similar to themselves to improve their situation, and then it's that's amazing, and you know, I think it's really important. I've never spoke to anyone that's gone through a gastric bypass. I'm very much not new to the area. Like, I don't know much about like the what's involved in it. I knew that it's kind of I knew kind of what it was, but I didn't, if that makes sense. And certainly I haven't spoke to anyone that's gone through it, so I wasn't sure if it was something which was good or bad. And mate, it's great to hear that it's working. Not only great, but it's changing your mood, it's changing your energy, it's going to change everything. It's going to change your mental health, it's going to change your ability to do things. You're 31. I mean, mate, it's a good age to go through that change. You know, you're not at the point where you know, damage is irreparable. That's your body. You know, you've got like clotted arteries, and because of all the years and years. I mean, this sort of stuff is, you know, changing your body at the right sort of age. You don't want to be waiting till later on in life to do this sort of thing. I think you've hit the ball out of the park, mate. And Steve-O's nodding his head in agreement. I'm going to let him speak on it.
I think you've summed up everything there, James.
Yeah.
There's nothing much more I can add. Just well done to you, Max.
Respect, man.
Yeah, and I guess on that, like, if anyone's struggling with the weight or is thinking about a surgery, like, feel free to message me, because obviously now I've got the hindsight of the before and after, so my DMs are open if anybody wants to speak about that sort of thing, because it's not something I would go into lightly. It was the last resort for me, but other people may feel exactly the same, and they don't know what to do from this point. But there's definitely help out there if you need it.
Mate, you've probably saved your life, like in a weird way. You've to go through that. You know, you've added so much more to your life. Like, not just years, but you've added just quality of life. You know, and
yeah, well, I just got. It sounds silly, but some people may be able to understand. It's not very nice being knackered going up a flight of stairs, or especially if you've got, like, I don't have any kids or anything, but playing football in the park with my nephew or that sort of thing, and you just feel like you can't keep up. It's just much nicer to be able to just feel fit and do what you want to be able to do.
Again, Max, thank you for sharing. If anyone wants to reach out to Max about it, please do so. He seems very open to it. You know, obesity and overweight is a very big thing, and it's certainly something which is becoming more and more prevalent in society these days because of just generally the fact that, let's be honest, there's lots of factors that go into it. It's not a straightforward, this is the reason behind it, but there's plenty of stresses, life issues, fucking easier, the diet that's thrown out into people, the convenience of it, the fact that people have got no time to properly prepare food. It's easy to just fall down to the hole of just eating bad food for you, and you getting to a point where you're sad and depressed, and you're in this feedback loop over and over again. And believe you me, more people than you will realize, if they watch this back, will watch this back, and they'll get inspiration and peace of mind knowing that they can do something. And you know, I again just have to thank you for letting us know, because it's not FPL. FPL seems insignificant when it comes to your health and your well-being, and you're a star, man. Cheers, dude. Cheers for sharing, and I think in a situation like that, you've taken a very strong. I mean, it's a very brave thing to do. I have to say, it is. Opting to go for something like that, and yeah. You ready to talk about your FPL team?
Yeah. Well, it sort of ties in. I mean, like I say, I feel like my mind's clearer. Like there's less of a mind fog. I'm happier making decisions in the FPL. When stuff goes against me, I'm not screaming at the telly, or I just kind of take it with a pinch of salt. And I think that's just because I'm not fatigued as much. I'm not as lethargic. Again, it's like I come back to it's like a kind of like you get a like brain fog kind of thing, and you just go a bit fuzzy. But that's lessened up since I've had it. But yeah, like this week's been really good for me.
Probably find that your blood's flowing a lot better through your body now. And you feel
like circulation's a big thing as well. You just and
it's you don't realise it's not just the weight that when you put weight on, it's not just the physical appearance that changes. It's also the like lots of health changes go on inside of the body. Lots of like added stresses to the body occur when you have issues with weight. And certainly I'm classed as overweight. Well, I think I'm obese actually. It's only because I'm tall. I don't look it, but I probably need to shave off a lot of fat. Not gonna lie. So again, it comes down to a lot of things: willpower, dedication, ability to make a change, not scoff a pizza like I've just done before going on air, and essentially, again, it comes down to like looking after your body. Simple as that. Because it shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be difficult. And everyone should be armed with that information. And you've given a bit more information for people tonight, so thank you. But your team,
I can speak about it in a lot more depth. But obviously, it would take hours. So if anybody wants to message me, then more than happy to talk to anyone. But yeah, in terms of FPL, I've had a good week so far. Like had a really good day yesterday. I brought in Foden and captained him, which paid off. I watched him against Everton, and he just looked like the best player on the pitch by a mile. And usually I'm not one for taking risks on the Man City assets, but with so many injuries and how good he looked, I just thought it was time to give him a chance, and that paid off for me. Palmer, again, I think he was instrumental in a lot of the Chelsea stuff, but I think he was maybe fortunate to get as many returns as he did. But I can't really complain at that. A clean sheet from Wolves. My Wolves defender got a clean sheet. I brought in Walker for a -4, which paid off and got me the clean sheet again. And now every player I've had so far has got a return except Gabriel. Obviously, they lost to Fulham today. Bench Solanke, which I was a bit nervy about, but that paid off as well. And now I've got triple Liverpool attack going into the game against Newcastle, which I'm happy about because I think Newcastle have been pretty shaky at the minute. And then Areola in goal, so I'm hoping I can get. It's a bit of a double-edged sword really, because if Salah bangs, a lot of people have captained him, so I'm kind of hoping that he can.
I want him to be quiet. I want him to blank. I want him to get 3 points.
I'm kind of hoping the same, and maybe like Diaz and Darwin get a goal and assist between them, maybe.
I certainly I think I just don't want him to score more than 8 points. I don't want him to outscore Watkins for me. And I mean, for you don't want him to get over 12. That's the way to look at it, because obviously you don't want him outperforming Foden. I don't want him outperforming Watkins as my captain. So certainly, against Newcastle, I don't see him scoring more than 1 anyway. But stranger things happen. But no, your team. I mean, look at that, man. Look at it. It's just a really good game week for you. You've still got fair few players to play, and you probably couldn't have dreamed of a better game week, really, given the circumstances with the players, and having 4 left, 70 points, and I mean, massive green arrow. Whereabouts are you sitting at the moment?
I think I'm like 1 million now. Didn't have Haaland for a good period of time, and that worked out for 3 or 4 weeks, and then it kind of caught up with me, and I went back to probably like 2.4 million. And I was going to bring in Son last week, but I just thought with him going to the Asia Cup, I didn't want that headache of having Salah and Son to get rid of. Yeah. So I opted just to get Kulusevski for a 1-week punt, and he then got suspended, which was fantastic, and then brought in Foden. But at least now I just have the Salah, which I think is probably going to be Bowen next week. But apart from that, this is probably the best time to play Newcastle, so I'm kind of happy with my triple Liverpool as it stands. And I've been fortunate that the other players have come through as well.
You've got
I've had both West Ham keepers as well for quite a while, because at one point I had Areola and Turner.
I see that now.
And they both got dropped. So I thought, they both got injured, and Turner got dropped, Areola got injured. So I thought the best way for me now is, I don't know if Turner will get his place back. So what I'll do, I'll just have both West Ham keepers, and at least that way I've always got a playing goalkeeper. And I was fortunate that Fabianski got an 8-point return in one game, or a 10-point return. And then Areola came back in and has done well as well. So that's worked out for me. But I'm kind of looking at the Super Cup now, because I won my first game against Andrew, I think it's by like 4 points. And then I know Madeline Tudor's obviously a good player. So I got off to a good start, and they've pegged me back a little bit. But again, I was lucky that Tottenham conceded late on to wipe the Porro clean sheet. So that's helped me out a little bit. So I think it probably all comes down to like a Salah captaincy. If Salah does really well, I might lose out by a couple of points. But if he maybe only gets 1 return, maybe I'll just pip it. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, so. And obviously you move going into the next game. I know we've got a while to wait. You haven't got the Son problem. You've just got to move on Salah, right? So yeah,
I think it's just going to be Salah to Bowen.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Really, is it going to be Bowen in? Or are you tempted with maybe Richarlison or the Jota mention that Steve was
my Liverpool front three now is looking slightly more sketchy, just because I think Jota could come in as first choice, but with Salah not being there, I also think Gakpo could sort of play the cam role, so they could all end up playing.
He's done it before, isn't he? So
yeah. I mean, for me, I think Darwin's the one that stays. I don't know. It's hard. I've stuck with them for so long, but I actually look at my team now and I don't really know who I want to bring in outside of Bowen.
You're not interested in Haaland, no?
I am, but I don't know when he's going to be back. That's the problem.
Well, not just that. Like, you don't know when he's going to be back, but you just don't know if he's going to be given a start, or whether he's going to be.
He'll come in for that Newcastle game if he's available.
Yeah, I genuinely believe if he's fit enough, they've got like Steve said earlier, they've got kind of a run of fixtures where it's all against like the top 4 or 5 teams, and then they maybe rest him for Bournemouth and try and get KDB back amongst that as well. So, but I just
we don't know the extent of his injury either.
Yeah, we don't know. Do we? You might be only like 45-50% match fit. You know, it's like, do you bring him on? Do you start him, or do you bring him on in the 70th minute and just have a run around for 20 minutes? You just don't know.
Like I expected when KDB was warming up for him to come on, for like 10 minutes, just to get some blood in his legs. But I'm not sure about that either. I don't think KDB starts the next game.
You can guarantee he's going to be so careful with KDB. He's going to wrap him up. There's no way he's going to throw him on for a long period of time. No way. Like 10 minutes in the game here and there just to start him off. You can't. He's been out for so long.
I mean, KDB is an option for me if he comes back. And I think that's where the wildcard could come in. It may just be a case of I go without Salah, Son, and Haaland for a couple of weeks, and I just go bang and put them all back in one go.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's certainly nothing wrong with that, I don't think. I mean, there's plenty of decent options. Your team looks very healthy. I think you've got a good setup there. Yeah, of course you are working out the combination of Liverpool attackers, but you're covering your bases really with those. I mean, you're getting Bowen in. I don't think you should probably go with the Jota, because I just don't think you should be putting too many eggs in that Liverpool
yeah, well, I don't
basket,
think I would.
to be honest.
I don't think I would get Jota in unless it was on a wild card. Personally,
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
I would ever sideways move from Diaz or anything like that. But
no, I think it looks good,
I'm
man.
fairly happy.
Yeah, just
We'll
get
just have
Bowen
to see how it
in,
goes.
be fine. Looking good, mate. Okay, Maxwell. Steve, unless you got anything further to say, I think we need to move on because of time.
No, just thank you for
It's,
coming on and sharing your story, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's a bloody big. It's a bloody big thing, and certainly, you know, would explain why you've been absent and not coming on Sunday surgeries and talking to us about Pokemon.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. And I'm glad that you're doing well. First and foremost, I'm glad to hear from you. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad that, you know, this seems to be changing your life for the better. Which you know, let's be honest, so many people are stuck on bloody medication for the rest of their lives, treating something or the other. But this looks like not just a treat. This is not just a treatment. This is actually a cure. You know, a cure for what was going on, and you know, that just don't be a stranger. Come back on, chat with us again. We look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Thanks very much for having me on.
Cheers, dude. Take care, my friend.
Yeah. Best luck to everyone.
Happy New Year. See you
soon.
and your family.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, all the best, buddy.
All
Cheers,
right.
Max.
I'll speak to you all soon.
Cheers, Max.
See you later.
Legend. Nice to hear from him after all that time, and bloody hell, what a bloody good story as well that he shared with us. Learning about it and experiencing firsthand somebody that's having gone through it, seeing the benefits of it. So, right, Brian. Hello, Brian. How's it going, Brian?
Having a perfect game week.
How's it going, boys? Happy New Year.
Have you had a good game week? Is that why you come on?
No, I just wanted to come on and say just a Happy New Year. No, just yeah.
See you later then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, no, Brian.
Look,
thank you for waiting. First of all, thank you for waiting.
It's fine.
How you been, man? You right?
Yeah, listen to Max there. Just very, you know, I can't really think about anything else now at the moment. You know, I just think that's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing, and fair play to him for coming on and, you know, telling everybody about it.
More people need to more people in positions like that need to make, you know, those brave decisions, don't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, and he was so calm about it. He sounds like, you know, he's really at peace with what he's doing, and he, you know, the Christmas dinner. I mean, that's hilarious. You know, I'd love to have seen.
It's a tiny portion, isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully, he has a picture of maybe what he was having last year. I reckon it might be different. So no, that was just awesome to listen to. I just want to wish him, like just what everyone else has been saying, just wish him nothing but the best. Clearly, he's made the right decision. He didn't rush into it. He's, like he said, 4 years thinking about it. It's not a rash thing. So yeah, that's just more power to him, man. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
and like for me, like looking at the bigger picture, like we have this call-in show to speak to guests that come on to talk about their FPL teams, but every now and again you just get a conversation which just like stops you in your track and go, holy shit, this is like bigger than FPL. This is someone's life. This is someone's, you know, personal story that they want to share, and it's like, it could help someone. It could literally help someone in our community make a decision.
They won't turn around and say in 5 years' time you might hear someone say, you know what, I did something. They're not going to come in the chat tomorrow and say, oh, I'm going to get that done. Yeah. They might say, you know what,
I heard about it from Max. Yeah. I heard about it. Max went through it, and
I put the seed.
Absolutely, and that's how it works. That's how it spreads. Yeah. And yeah, we need more positivity in this world, don't we? It's a lot of shit in it. So when we get some positivity, we'll grab some of that, we'll bottle it up, and we'll keep it. So absolutely. Talking about positivity, how are you feeling from the FPL team? You got 57
that's not
points.
too bad.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Above average, 57 is good.
And still with Estupiñán and Areola, Trent Alexander-Arnold, captain, Salah and Gordon. I mean, a brilliant week in my opinion.
Whoa.
In fact, that Trent captaincy, I think, legitimately could do very well. Is it tomorrow? Is it? Yeah, tomorrow. I really do think that it could. I'm actually tempted to change my captaincy in Sky to Trent. I'm tempted by it.
Yeah, like I'm a Liverpool fan, you know, I watch this all the time, Steve, and I'm not feeling Salah. I'm just not feeling him. So I'm going with the massive upside of a Trent. It's a massive punt. But yeah, I watch this every week. We're like, you were talking about Arsenal earlier on. We're a bit stale, a bit flat. These boys, I'm not really that interested in them. Salah's in my team for a while now and he chips away. But the massive upside one in this is Trent for me. Absolutely.
Yeah, Newcastle are just going to tomorrow sit deep, try and hit on the counter with Gordon, Isaac, and Joe Linton. It's the same story.
The thing is, though, Liverpool's defence are not rock solid. I do think they will concede, but I do think Liverpool will win. But I do not see that. I do not see
if Liverpool. I keep saying this. It's the same with Man City. It's the same with a lot of these teams. If they put their mind to it, they can score heavily. I.e., Liverpool tomorrow.
Oh yeah. But they're not keeping a clean sheet. They
don't. No. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that Liverpool
they could score 3-4 goals. They could
Newcastle if they want to.
Yeah.
Because Newcastle defensively, it's not even defensively. They're just absolutely knackered. And you can tell with the way they're playing that they're trying to conserve as much energy as possible and trying not to concede any goals while trying to hit the team on a counter-attack with 3 players. That's it. And then, don't get me wrong, the quality of player that they've got, like the likes of Gordon, Wilson, Isaac, Joe Linton, Guimaraes, whatever, they're all top quality players.
Yeah,
but the way they're performing at the moment is just Eddie. I mean, the film Zulu's on at the moment, for crying out loud, and it's literally that. It's just hold back as much of this attack as possible from any team, but eventually it will break through. I.e., what happened against Everton, and I can't think
that was coming. No, yes, you're right. That was coming. That was coming
because they're not killing off the game. They're not. If this was at Newcastle, I would actually probably be in favour of Newcastle, maybe ironically winning it, but it's the fact that it's at Anfield and they're just going to be pushing forward and forward and forward. And I've predicted 3-1. The history is going, I think it's 2-0, 2-1. 2-1, because it's actually not that high a scoring game between these two teams. But Liverpool are unbeaten in the last 6.
And Trent's coming into that groove.
Yes. Yeah. I think that this could be potentially a very profitable captaincy for you, Brian.
Yeah, I'd recommend him to anybody. I'd recommend, I've been saying this for when Salah goes, it's everyone's kind of saying who's going to pick up the slack there. And I do a lot of this.
Could they play Trent in that wide right position?
No,
they won't play him there, but he'll be bombing forward still.
Yeah, it'll be Elliot. It'll be it'll be Trent. Though you'll see his output will go up when Salah leaves.
Really?
Because he'll take. Yeah, I guarantee it. It happened. We've lost him before for AFCON. This is what happens. Salah rarely misses a game, but Trent will take on that kind of creative mantle even more. Diaz is in and out for me. Núñez is in and out. Jota, he's a great pick if he starts, but again, it's not, nobody's nailed for us up front if Salah's out. So just be mindful of it if you're picking someone. But I just think Trent is the guy that will actually pick up more of the slack from Salah's kind of end of things. Because Salah not having his best season ever, but look at his goddamn numbers; they're just insane. They're just totally great. The numbers are elite numbers, but you watch him every week and he still doesn't look that good.
Yeah, he seems to just take the Crystal Palace game. Just two, what was it? A penalty, wasn't it, that he got in the Crystal Palace game? And there was another one. It was just some fluke assist. Is that right? I can't remember now. and he gets 13 points in a 2. Here we are. It wasn't. I'm sure it was. Here we go. In the 91st minute, he gets an assist with Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, it was a 6-yard ball.
And it was Curtis Jones that supplied him for the first goal in the 76th minute. And this was after they had a Crystal Palace. That's right. Crystal Palace were playing really well, and they had a player sent off in Jordan Ayew. And then it was just down to Liverpool, attack. I mean, can you remember this game?
Yeah, Jordan Ayew got a really controversial second yellow card.
That's right.
Yeah, everyone was saying... No, like I've been saying it all season, Steve. We've played well once this season, and that was when we beat Villa 4-1. I watch every single game we played this season, and we've been poor in terms of breaking teams down, constructing attacks, playing quick football. Yeah. We were waiting on little bits and pieces, and that's why a player like Salah, who has that quality to tuck away those big chances when they drop to him, it's 90 minutes in, he keeps his concentration, and that's it. We are poor going forward, but look at us, we're top of the league. That's football, you know what I mean? But from a fancy football point of view,
I think when Jota comes into the team, I think that with his creativity and his natural goal scoring ability, I think that the output from an attacking point of view is going to go up. I think that Klopp does like Jota, to be honest with you.
He's our best finisher, but he has that invisibility cloak. He can go missing for 70 minutes, but that doesn't matter in FPL. That doesn't matter. That matters to me as a Liverpool fan. But in FPL, as long as he scores one goal, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So as long as he gets the minutes, it's just have it back. I'd be really uncomfortable with it just because it's my own team, and I know he can change him on a whim. Because it could be Gakpo, it could be Jota, it could be Diaz, it could be any of them. It could be Nunez on the left. It's just a bit. He can still pick from, even though Salah is gone, because we only ever had Salah as a right winger. He was the only right winger we ever had. The other guys are all either central or left, so they were always being rotated anyway, and none of them have nailed down a spot. Even Darwin Nunez gets shunted out to the left there last week. Just try and get him into the team, try and get him some goal scoring for him. And Gakpo goes through the middle. So that could be Diaz next week, Jota through the middle. It could be, those two could change. It could be Nunez and Gakpo, or it could be Diaz and Jota. And even the most kind of clued in Liverpool fans, they won't be able to tell you, because Klopp just changes week to week. So it's a really tough one. It's just one you'd be constantly keeping an eye on. Does he start? With Trent, it's not a thing.
So what are you expecting tomorrow evening then with the game? I've gone 3-1.
Yeah, if you'll allow me a bit of football romanticism on a New Year's Eve, it's 8 o'clock. It's under the lights at Anfield. It's Newcastle at Anfield. You know, it's the classic Premier League game. So I'm expecting a game, like a proper game. Like, we've been playing a lot of poor, boring games this season. I'm expecting something, a 2-2. No, it ain't going to be some crappy 1-0, basically, is what I'm saying. There's too much. We're top of the league. There's too much kind of good vibes there. It's perfect time of night for a football match, perfect time of year. It just smells like one of those games that's got the potential to be another classic, in inverted commas, Liverpool versus Newcastle. So goals is what I'm expecting. I'm definitely expecting goals. 3-1. What did you say? You said 3-1.
I predicted 3-1 as well.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
It seems to be all that Liverpool seem to be able to do at home is score 3 goals. So they're just. In fact, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Newcastle away from home are very, very poor. In fact, I believe they are second worst team in the away table. The answer is yes, they are. They've won 1, drawn 2, lost 6, conceded 18 goals. They have scored a lot of goals. The last 4 they've lost. Those 4 fixtures being 1-0 against Luton. They lost 4-1 against Tottenham. Now, if you were to say that you could equate Tottenham in this free-flowing attack to Liverpool, that could be on the cards here. Then they lost 3-0 to Everton, and they lost 2-0 to Bournemouth. So there's actually, number one, based on those last 4 games, a chance that Liverpool can keep a clean sheet. And number 2, they're probably going to concede some goals, Newcastle. So I hope that for the last game for Salah, especially, that he decides to turn it on. And more specifically, I'm hoping Liverpool, before this whole FA Cup, winter break, all this rubbish, I hope they turn it on and actually put a stand on the Premier League and go, right, we're now 5 points clear ahead of Aston Villa, and we are putting a stand in place.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. A real, it wouldn't make much money in the bookies, but yeah, just from that pure mentality side of it, it sounds right. So go and do it. Yeah, Salah going away, a couple of goals before you go off. That sounds right. Go and do it.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Matty, we'll get around to that. We've still got a few things to do before we close out the show. Bruyne, you got any final thoughts before we move on? Because I see we've got animations there too in the waiting room, and I'm not going to lie. I told my wife that I'll be coming in the house at like 7. So it's not your fault. It's just time. We always get in a time warp when we do these shows. It always seems like we're going to be. It seems like we've been on air for about 45 minutes, but we've been on air for like 1 hour 35. It's just ridiculous. I don't know where the time goes. It's just ridiculous. Cool.
No, just to wish everyone a happy New Year and stay safe, stay well.
Thank you for the support as well.
Happy New Year to you, Bryan, too. Again, I literally look at the time and I'm like, how is this time just flying away? Thank you, Bryan. You're a star. Thank you for coming.
Take it easy, boys.
Speak to you soon. Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Yes, we'll cover this. We'll cover the Super Cup. We've got that to do. We've got a couple of callers to get through. Yeah, right. Sorry, I'm just literally I'm shocked at the time. I'm really shocked at how. Hello, Animations. How you doing?
Hello. How's it going, gents?
I'm okay. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, good.
You said you wanted to ask a few things. Take it away.
So, the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to thank you both for the year of FPL content you've done this year, during 2023. You've helped me a lot, and just having a chat with you, gents, is just the highlight of my week, really. I know I come on here every week and stuff, and I won't come on here as much often and give other people the limelight and stuff. I just, I thought I'd just come on air and just thank you guys for a great year and talk about my team a little bit, really. Just, yeah.
Another year of misery, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, this Christmas period has been a bit rubbish, hasn't it, to be fair? And just...
Well, last 5 game weeks for me have been really good, thank you.
Yeah, you had jammy little Garnacho points and slagging Palmer off saying, oh, he's not a good asset.
Never said he wasn't a good asset. I said I'm not convinced.
He gets
No.
Let him speak, Jace. Come on.
No. I will let him speak when he quotes me correctly. I never said he wasn't a good asset. I merely said I'm not quite convinced by him yet. Is what I said. There's a difference.
Nah, I was joking, but yeah. But you got to agree now though that he's a good asset though. 2 goals and an assist the other day against Luton.
He's certainly performing a lot more than what his price tag would suggest. And I'm very, very happy that I own him as a result. I do feel, though, that those goals were fortunate, having seen them, and potentially he's what's the word? He's overperforming. Is my gut feeling on that. But again, I'm not fully convinced by Chelsea. They may start to click now, and Kunku's back, and they might start going on a crazy run.
I have some breaking news. This is insane. Kevin De Bruyne is the 5th most transferred in player this week.
What?
Oh Lord!
What do they know that we don't?
They know nothing. This is what fucking pisses me off, Jace.
Well, as a content creator come out and said that KDB's
I don't know, I don't care.
Gone over to Pep's house for New Year's Eve dinner.
To 10.3.
Is he really?
For no bloody reason. And it's just really frustrating.
You're on a Wildcard, just get the price
People
right.
have seen him, that's why. They've seen him in the bench and they think he's going to snort.
God, it's ridiculous, though.
No, I agree with you, mate. It's terrible.
It's just absurd that a player who hasn't kicked a ball...
Oh, he's not going up in price, mate. He's nowhere near
I'm not saying he's going up in
it.
price, but it's the fact that he's the 5th most transferred in player, and the more people...
79,272 people transferred him in.
Jeez.
Well, it's 74,000 here, yeah.
79 here on FPL statistics.
Yeah, exactly. This is the point. It's just these whatever. But the point being is that if he goes up in price, I just think it's the fact that these players don't even go down in price while they've been out for 5 months is a disgrace as well. They should be going down by 0.1 every 4 weeks. That if they're out for a long-term injury.
There's something that Podner's just brought in. Well, if you're upset about that, do you know who the most captained player was this game week?
Haaland, wasn't it?
Haaland, yeah.
Yeah. I know someone on Twitter wrote that, what was it? 1,400 managers in the top 10k captain Haaland, but they're all dead teams, so.
Why would you be dead team if you're in the top 10k?
Mate, there's FPL Focal puts out the team, what is it again?
Ghost teams.
Ghost teams, essentially. There's teams like in the top 500 that haven't touched their team since game week 1.
They've just set it up and left it.
Yeah, for real.
This is mental. And then you've got you set 1.7 at stresses each week about should I or shouldn't I bring in the player? That is tragic. That is tragic. Animations, 47 points this week. Captain still to play. How are you feeling? You're kind of bang average, aren't you, really, when it comes to points? You've got Alexander-Arnold, Bowen, Salah, and Areola. What's your thoughts with your team? Salah,
I didn't watch, I didn't watch any of the games today, but I didn't know if they were good or not. But obviously, I saw the clean sheets got ruined and stuff. But that's besides the point. But yeah, with my team, I think I'm in a decent position where I've got 2 free transfers because I rolled. I didn't bring anyone in. So the transfers I was considering doing would be Son and Salah out, and I'll probably bring in Phil Foden and Richarlison. So what do you guys think of that?
Yeah, it's about as standard move as it is.
Or Bowen.
I've already got Bowen, haven't I?
Oh, have you? Sorry,
I've had Bowen for many weeks now. So.
Have you put my glasses back on? You do. Yeah, you do.
When you're in a situation like people like Jason, and you've got essentially the perfect team in the sense of that you're able to swap in and out of players.
Well, hang on, Steve. I've got 13.3 million on the bench, so it can't be that perfect.
You can easily do those swaps for free, like you said. Salah and Son out for Richarlison and Foden. Get it done. Finish. Happy days. You move on. It's simple, really. There's nothing wrong with your team, apart from potentially, it's not even anything wrong with it, but maybe Saka, if you're getting absolutely sick to death of the fact that Arsenal are garbage, and maybe Gabriel, but they're not emergency transfers. I was in a situation where I needed to do an emergency wildcard. You're in a situation where I've got 2 free transfers. I can do Salah and Son out and bring in those brilliant players, and that's it. Just get it done now. Literally, just do it now. There's no need for you to be.
Thinking, but obviously, there's the big question of if Haaland is fit, should I take the hit for him? And I'm in the top 200k pretty much, so I don't know whether it's worth it. But
again, in a circumstance like yourself, I don't think you need to bring in Haaland immediately. You've done you'll be doing your 2 free.
I know it's the same situation as KDB, isn't it? He's not. We don't even know if he's even fit or anything like that.
No, he's away at Newcastle. Like, do I expect Man City to win? Yeah. Do I expect them to score 3 or 4? No. I expect that game to be 1-0, 2-1 Man City. That's it. But it's not going to be a high-scoring game. And if you think that it's worth bringing in Haaland, even if he gets the goal, 6 points plus 3 bonus, that's 9 points. And if you decide to captain 18 points or whatever it bloody works out to be, is it really worth doing it? Taking out Solanke when he's got whoever he's got, and he's a player. Oh, he's got Liverpool, hasn't he? Next, again, the play is probably there to potentially bring in Haaland for a -4 if you really want to. But actually, I think you can. For you personally, you can hold off 1 more week, and then it's right, bringing him in for Burnley. Done.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. I think I'm not going to take the hit. I'm doing decently well now. So I'm very happy with my rank so far, and
I think you're doing more than decently. You're doing very well, and I think that you're playing the game perfectly. And then if you can do that move of Haaland in versus Burnley, you've nailed it. You've literally nailed it. It's the same as what Jason's probably going to do. Yes, James?
Don't know. But what I do know is you got your plan. Said it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. There's no rocket science involved. You keep continuing to do what you're doing, and let the good points roll is all I'll say. Thank you, Animations, for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, gents. Have a good year.
Happy New
Thank
Year,
you for the
mate.
support.
Thank you very much, guys.
You're a star. Cheers, man. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Right, we really need to get on with stuff right now. So we've got Fory FC's come on to tell me to get on with the Super Cup update.
Can I just address this quite quickly here? Shekel Goblin saying Newcastle scored 3 goals against Forest. Yet, slight difference is that Nottingham Forest were on a new manager bounce. Newcastle are like I said, Newcastle are shattered. And it's as simple as it gets. Newcastle are tired. They're down to the bare bones now. And Nottingham Forest just took their opportunity and did it. It was a freak result. It was a freak result. That's all it was.
Freak result. Right. Fory FC. Is that how I say your name? Fory FC? Or am I... Is it something out?
Yes. Fory
FC. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's on Discord.
You right, dude?
Yeah.
What do you want to come and talk to us about? Super Cup?
It was before. I have not gotten Discord for so long. That's why I was curious to know what's my overall performance in my Super Cup league. That's why.
In the Super Cup?
Yeah.
Okay, well let's work and bring it up. I can bring it up. Here we go. Let's read out the Super Cup. And do you know what group you're in?
Group L, I think so. L, okay.
Okay, here we go. Right, 2 seconds, and I'll get it up on the screen. Gotta love it when plan comes together. You really do. Where's the wrong? I've got too many tabs here, Steve. Way too many tabs. Need to bring it down a tab or two. Okay, cool. Here we go. Super Cup. Bring that over. Right, cool. Group A, currently sitting at the top is FPL Matty Winalot, who's in the chat with 115 FPL points on 6 points, followed by Clickus, Dan Bull in third, FPL Haggis, Shagar, and Lino. So second place Clickus all the way down to Shagar's on 3 points. Very, very close group there. Second place is open for anyone there to play for. Lino, he's having a bad time in the FPL world. Group B, Max Roberts is leading that. We had him on the show earlier on. 108 FPL points. 6 points for him for match points with Rodrigo Mimoso. 3 points to Madeline Tudor. 3 points for Dara B. Andrew Ferguson and Com sit on 0 at the bottom in 5th and 6th. Group C got Firetog doing very well. 6 points leading there. 104 FPL points. What No Graphics on 3, Kevin Mayer on 3, and Andy Chats FPL on 3, Lost Guy in 3, and Danish Joe Boy yet to score any points. Group D, we've got Star Wars Dan and FPL Leo, both on 6 points at the top. Very, very close. Star Wars Dan on top with FPL points, of course. FPL MK, Chef Ramsey on 3 points, followed by Podner and Karma Baby, who've yet to register any points in Group D. Group E's got Dread FPL at the top of it, with Black Flag behind. 6 points for Dread, 3 points from Black Flag. Mad Titan looking to catch up with 3 points as well, behind the Don in 4th. 5th place FPL Bailey with 1 point, Nihil with 1.2. So that is looking very much like Dread's going to be moving forward. He's doing very, very well. Black Flag is someone I know from the Discord. I'm sure I've spoken to him in the Hangouts before.
Yeah, he's. If I know the name, then I'm sure.
Yeah. Group F, Notorious is top there with Devon Star, 6 points each. Emmy, 3 points with Matthew Ezieshi with 3 points. Very close in the FPL points. It seems they're all in the 80s, apart from Abdul's at the bottom with 0. of 66 FPL points, with Nuclear Atoms of 0 there. I'm currently top, Steve-O, of the Group G, 6 points, 121 FPL points. It's quite a lot of FPL points. Frenchy FPL's got 6 points as well, with 100. Brendan Saunders with 3 points. Sultan Saeed with 3 points. Brew with 0. Simix with 0 in Group G. Group H got Harry Dawson at the top with 6 points, 113 FPL points. 20 Turtles with 6 points with 83 points. Jacko with 3 points. Ragav with 3 points. Edgeworth and Vijay Garv yet to get anything off in terms of points on the board. That's why we've not heard from Alfie Edgeworth. Where's he been? He's not been getting the points. That's why we've not heard from him. Come on, Alfie, get on here. And then we got Group I, Kazali, 6 points. Emil Smith Joe with 4 points. Blonde with 4 points. Atletico below Lau with 3 points. Nick Sharp with 0. PM with 0. Jones Bloke leads Group J with 6 points with FPL score of 97. Gabriel Ropp close beat behind with FPL score of 95, also on 6 points. John Harris is there on 3 points with 105 FPL points. KDB 17 on 3 points. AQ on 0 and Infamous on 0. Shaka Laka Mecca Leka on 6 points in Group K. Cool K on 3. Then we've got very much a group that's tight here. We've got Cool K, Albu Dhabi in 3rd, Denver in 4th, Steve-O yourself in 5th, all on 3 points. Of course, the game week's not over, and these points can all start to shift around, but still very, very close in Group K. Group L, we've got Faded Raza for FC, who's here with us right now. He's on 6 points. They're both on 6 points. They're both on 112 FPL points. They are tied. It's ridiculous. Which one of them will be on top at the end of the game week, I do not know. In fact, let's just get the teams up. So Faded Raza's got... Faded Raza has got Salah captain, Alexander Arnold, Areola left to play. So, and then we go to Fremi's team. Fremi's got... Oh, you've had your captain play. Saka's already played, so really you need Salah not to do anything big time, and you've got you got
Trippier off the bench.
You need Bowen. You got Trippier coming off the bench. Yeah. Yeah, because Cash didn't play. Yeah, Trippier off the bench. So you need Trippier return, Salah to be quiet, and Bowen to bang in a goal or two, and that'll do you, I think. For there, PK7 in 3rd, Peter Scullion 4th on 3 points, Animations on 0, Warfare on 0 in Group L. Group M's got Mo at the top, 6 points, Christian Walsh with 3, Nick Hilton with 3, Adulis with 3, Plastover with 3, King Kun on 0. And Group N, the best, Cy Bellamy, he's top, 6 points, 103 FPL points, Ben Walker 3 points, only 67 FPL points, JC in 3rd, also on 3 points. JR in 4th in 3 points. Manish in 5th on 3 points. And Buffy. We've not seen Buffy around for a little while. Where's he been? 6 points. Rooted at the bottom of Group N, but it's all still very early. Of course. Group O, Callum, 6 points. Ayush, 6 points. Scotty D, 3 points. Danny Trubarek, 3 points. Milan Milic, 0. Ultima C, 0. So Callum, Ayush doing very, very well there. Both 6 points apiece. Harbour Boy, top of Group P, doing very, very well in FPL, generally speaking. 113 FPL points so far since the start. Zvonko Kuvacha on 3 points. Crypto FPL on 3 points. Paulie on 3 points. Sausage Sunday on 3 points. And Ramanathan yet to score any points as it stands. Those are standings at the moment, guys. It gets updated on the hour, every hour, live from the FPL database. So if you want to get involved and follow the events of the Super Cup, and you're already involved and you're partaking in the events of the Super Cup, hopefully you guys have all got the link to this awesome spreadsheet that Firetalk puts together. You can find it in the Super Cup channel, chat in the Discord, and yeah, there we go for Remy. You're currently 2nd in Group L. You're tied with Faded Raza, mate. You're tied.
Oh, nice, man.
Cool. That's answers your question. Cool. Are we good? Is there anything else you want to say for Emmy?
Yeah, I don't understand why did Saka did not get any bonus. Saka, he scored the same amount of goal as Son. Son got +2 and
Well,
Saka did not get any bonus.
Saka didn't get any bonus because he apparently was crap, according to Steve-O.
Well, Arsenal in general.
Yeah, Arsenal. Yeah.
And by all accounts, he was fortunate to score. It was more like he couldn't really miss.
Off his foot.
Saka and Arsenal. I mean, I don't know.
And my defenders are literally shit. I have got Cash and Gehi. Trippier not giving me any points. Pedro Porro.
Hang on, you can't say Trippier's not good. He hasn't played yet.
Yeah, no. Before last, only one +2. Then 12 points he gave me.
That's because Newcastle has been on a steady decline, but I'm sure they'll turn it around at some point. But for Remy,
I've got 2 free transfers next game week. 2 free.
It's just gonna be Son and Salah. Son and Salah are out for it's gonna be one of them's gonna be Foden, or I'd imagine, and
I've got a differential
Charleston
plan.
or something.
Jota.
No. I have a differential. I've got a differential. Pascal Gross of Brighton.
Yes. Yeah. How much is he?
6.4.
Nice. Yeah. Do you know
really?
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mitoma. If Mitoma is fit, I'll get Mitoma. If he gets fit.
Mitoma for me is one over Gross, but again, you should be bringing in De Bruyne. You should be bringing De Bruyne. You should know that. Right, for Remy, we're out of time. So
my currently I'm ranked 15k in the world overall. 15k.
15k.
Yeah.
You don't need our 20. Advice.
I did only my 2 hits this season. 2 hits. I have taken only 2 hits all this season. -4s. 1 in Gameweek 16 and 1 in Gameweek 8. I think so. I'm not.
Well, keep it up. Is all I'm going to say. Keep it up. You're halfway there. Let's see how you get on the second half of the season, and bring in your Foden and bring in your Pascal Gross and take out your Salah and Son and throw your chips on the table.
Should I take -4 to get rid of Cash or Gehi? I was thinking of getting rid of Cash.
For who?
Gehi. Or Estupinan or something else.
Nah.
Yeah, I certainly would be looking at getting rid of Cash. It seems that for whatever reason he's lost his place, and well, with Brighton's upcoming fixtures, you're jumping on the Gross train. I'll tell you what, I think it's a very, very, very astute move. In fact, I think that's a very, very, very good move. I may join you.
Oh well.
Yeah, I have to keep funds. I have to keep funds for getting back Haaland as well. I'll get rid of Alvarez in Gameweek 22. Haaland.
Yeah, great move.
Right, for Remy, you play your moves.
Nice to talk to you.
Thanks for coming on. Merry. I hope you have a good New Year.
Yeah.
Merry New Year to you and everyone. Thank you, Fory, and well done for doing so well in the FPL and the Super Cup. We'll keep monitoring that. Cheers, dude. Speak to you soon. Right, I need to get going because I'm late, but want to say to everybody, thank you for coming on and being a caller tonight. We do appreciate it, even though we did at one point have a 5-minute timer. Sometimes, it makes no sense to do that. But the reason I bring it up is I just don't know where the last 2 hours have gone. It's just flown by. It absolutely has. Always does. But thank you to everyone that's come on and spoke to us tonight. Thank you to Max. Thank you to Animations. Thanks to all of the callers that come on. Brian, Fory, and others that come on. You guys are awesome. The support. Dan's in the chat. He's hiding behind the sofa because he's just watched Arsenal. Now, in all seriousness, we really, really do appreciate the support you guys give us. It's been a great 2023. We look forward to 2024 with Patreon. If you haven't already looked at the Patreon, you can find a lot more content on there from our channel. Certainly Steve will be on there ranting and raving about things. He also does things in podcast form. So if you like to consume things in audio only form, we also do that on our Patreon too. Patreon. So again, to remind everyone, YouTube memberships will be downgrading to 99p. If you are a member on YouTube and you're paying over 99p, over the coming weeks we'll be basically removing the higher tiers. So we're trying to get everyone to downgrade to the 99p if you wish to continue to have your badge. Now, I don't even know how the badge things work. Some people have said to me, hang on, you still keep your badge. Some people have said to me, no, your badge resets. I don't know. I haven't really got a definitive answer on that yet. But yeah, we do. If you want to keep an FPL badge, an Elite FPL badge by your name on YouTube, move on to the 99p. That's the lowest subscription we can do on YouTube, and it will give you that badge on your name. Other than that, Steve-O, if you've got anything else you want to add, join our Discord, follow us on social media. Steve-O, you got anything else to say?
No, again, I think you summed it up brilliantly. You know, this has been a very, 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 very long year, and yeah. As ever,
tell me about it, man.
Constant live reactions will be continuing coming across, and I know I come across as a bit of an arsehole, but
do you?
That's just me, I'm afraid.
It's because I am. No,
nothing said maliciously, unless you really are a wanker. Nothing is said maliciously.
Whenever I listen to you, I have to be careful around Haley. I have to actually predict when you're going to swear and try and mute the phone.
What, finding out that Kevin De Bruyne is going to
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. There's no way he's going to. If he does, then the game's just broke. It just broke because people are just dumb as shit. Right, on that note,
yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody. Take care. All the best. Thank you, Podner. Thank you, Superman. Thank you, Matthew Ozieshi. Thank you, Animations. Thank you, Matty Wins a lot in the chat. Gamer of there. Shekels
just
there.
Just go. Hit the stop
Lloyd
button.
AJ. Jonathan Mahoney.
I want to go to bed.
Milan Milic. Blonde's there too. Oh, bloody hell, Blonde's in the chat. What the hell? She's up past her bedtime.
Must be doing well. Yeah. Past the bedtime.
On street. Right, see you later, guys. Wave, Steve-O. Go for it.